My bad.
Hey, I can hear you
All
loud and
right.
clear. What's going on with you?
Everything's good, man. I wanted to check in. I met you over at Keller Williams Preferred Properties a few weeks ago at
Yeah.
Productivity Day. Or I
Hmm.
attended. We didn't have to get a chance to talk. And I've been thinking about you and trying to get a better understanding of what you do and what you deliver.
Oh yeah, no worries. By the way, love your setup.
Oh, thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.
Look extra
Ecamm
professional.
Live. That's Ecamm Live.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Mm,
Yep. Always love a little ecam. All right,
yeah.
so here we go. Oh, still blurry. One second. Everything's so blurry. No, that's not what I want. I want diversion. There we go. All right,
All
so
right.
couple things. Right. One, I call these power 10 sessions, like the quick 10-minute check-ins to kind of see what you guys need. So I can make sure that we meet you where you have the greatest area of need. But to give you sort of a high level overview is
Mhm.
on a full service branding and marketing company called Black CEO. And specifically, we have specialties in marketing, branding, and we're probably one of the top AI um, companies right now in the country as far as using
Mhm.
AI marketing and sales. Um, as you know, I'm a good friend of Emmerich's. We probably go back 20 plus years now. And essentially, my job is to really try to get you guys into that next iteration of where real estate sales and marketing is going. Um,
Mhm.
and what we have noticed as we start looking at things is that not enough of us are really paying attention to what's really happening with AI and how it's really starting to affect. Um,
Agreed. I learned what I didn't know recently,
yeah,
you know.
and that's like its own learning curve, right?
Mhm.
Are you listing agent or you buyer's agent or
Okay,
both?
so okay, three things real quick. All right, and I won't tell my whole long life story. I
No worries,
was
man. We
with
got time for life stories. Go ahead. What you got?
okay, all right. I was with Preferred Properties and I went over to Capital Properties in DC because I was doing commercial. And so I come from a construction background, grew up in a real estate family, and I've been doing it as long as I can remember. Done a bunch of renovations, commercial construction, and then commercial real estate. Got sick, overexposure to chemicals. My doctor's father told me, "Why are you taking all this stuff anyway, man? What do you do? You need to do something else, right?" And I thought he was crazy, but he was telling me the truth, right? So I've been dealing with that, and so I had a little, I had a reaction to some medication I was taking, and so while I was recovering from that, I dove into um, what I should do, and Chat GPT told me with my background and what I do, I need to be coaching or teaching. You ask the questions. Well, what else can I do? How can I monetize this? I went through the whole thing. Nikki Saunders, you know Nikki?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
So I've been doing deeper than the brand, so I'm a little familiar,
Yeah.
right. So I know enough to be a little not quite dangerous,
Dangerous.
right,
Yeah,
right,
little stuff can be
almost
dangerous.
right.
Mhm.
So I I was in the process of rebranding and realized that I needed to jump in front of the camera. I had a company called Constructive Images, and I did construction progress photography from the Olympics where I worked in Atlanta
Which would
until
explain why you got the drone in the background.
there you go. And so they told me to lock me up if I flew it again. Right after I got it.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta get you gotta get the
Yeah, that
licensing and
was
all that kind of.
that was before the license thing was in effect. It was when you couldn't fly within like 5 miles of the airports, and then
Yeah,
they
you
changed.
can't
Then they
fly with
changed it.
football games and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I left it alone, man. That's why it's on the wall, right? It's just a reminder, and it's about so that's part of my story is timing. Like you could be good at something. Like I have. digital for cameras, and I have video cameras that are older. And I decided not to reinvest in like 2012 to 15 in new equipment because I didn't have the clients. My clients had all started to dry up, right?
Yeah.
So I was making good money at it. I thought I'd do it forever into retirement. I just turned 63, so I
You
call
look good,
myself.
63, man. You look
Well,
42.
thank you. I call myself semi-retired, but I still have to work, right?
Yeah.
So real
Retired, but
estate
you
was
still got to work. I like that, bro.
yeah, exactly. So real estate was my thing, but and I used to flip a house or two here and there, but it's gotten all bastardized, and so I really came down. I need a new hustle, right? I need a new stream of income, and something where I'm not changing dollars for time.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
have that
yeah.
much energy, right? Not to do two or three things like I used to do, right? I can't grind it out like I used to. I feel it now, right?
Yeah.
So that's what brought me to where I am. That's what brought this setup. I got the interface with like
Oh, see,
I got a
man,
pod track.
you got the
Yeah, yeah,
EPAM, you got the Yeti mic in the background. I'm saying,
yeah. I'm ready, man. That's what I'm saying. I got the Rode mic with
bro, man.
the you know
Yeah, me too. I'm
I got a pod track. Oh, you got the good one. I got the Best Buy stuff. I'm all in. Look, so here's the deal, man. Real
you all
talk,
set up. You really are
huh?
set up. You really are set up to completely go digital. I mean, you really
Uh,
your setup is great,
So
and you got the background.
so here's the thing. I don't like being in front of the camera. I've did that for 10, 20 years so I could stay behind the camera. That's what I realized.
So
That
use
was part of
HeyGen.
my
Use HeyGen.
say again.
Use HeyGen. HEYGEN. Create a
Okay.
digital clone of yourself.
Yep. Okay. All right. Okay.
So
I saw
you know what I'm saying.
I saw
So
yours on your. That's one of the things that got my attention, right?
oh, no, HeyGen is no joke.
Uh-huh. Yep. Hey, Jen. That uh I remember what's my man's name? Zillow Killer. I'm trying to think of his real name. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Yeah. And I've been doing it for a while, but I never found a niche. I just stayed over in my lane. I thought the commercial was gonna hit, but after COVID, through COVID, that changed the whole game, and I need to do something different. So I don't know exactly what I'm doing, and what I'm leaning towards is creating a community with some classes.
Oh, easy. Okay. First of all, you landed in the right spot today, bro. You landed
That's,
like literally.
I got far enough, and I know when I need some help. But I'm all in. I'm gonna tell you straight up, right? I grew up with the DC public schools. I don't play, right? I
Right.
came up, right?
I
Okay,
feel
so
you.
right, real talk. Don't let the smooth taste fool you, right? People look at me and get
Yeah, I feel you.
confused, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I feel you.
but I'm all in, right? I max my Best Buy out to get there, right? Don't be
I feel
fooled,
you.
right?
Yeah, I
Okay, but
get
I'm
you.
ready though. But I'm ready.
Yeah, I think a couple things, right?
Mhm.
One, I mean, you got the perfect setup to monetize. Not to mention, you legit also have the your knowledge set is clear enough with like, all right, dude just need a little bit, a little injection, and he gonna be okay. He can run it. I
Yep.
think a couple things. One, when we talk about coaching, do you specifically want to coach sort of entrepreneurs, or do you really want to coach agents? Who do you want to
Um,
coach?
okay. I wanna start with agents.
All right, cool. All
I,
right,
I
so you want
taught
to build.
I taught Keller Williams has that command. I don't know if you're familiar with their
Yeah, I'm
back
familiar with
office.
the man.
Yeah, I was a tech ambassador and taught command over at the other office until we fell out about doing it in person during COVID, and I pulled back.
Yeah,
They
gotcha. Makes
weren't
sense.
ready to go remote. I asked
Well,
Emmerich the
interesting
other
enough,
day.
I told Emma a couple weeks ago. I said, based upon what they're doing with AI, command is outdated now.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And that's they can't and that's why I rode with them, because they rebranded as a technology company, saying they had Kelly that was going to be the new Siri. Oh, we
Yeah.
don't say that now, right? But it fell short.
Yeah, I think a couple of things. One, I'm really actually glad that you scheduled an appointment, and let me tell you why. Because it was when I was talking to Emmerich, I said you need somebody in that office that got enough sense to like take what we know and really sell it to y'all, if that makes sense, right? Meaning sell it to the other agents and other agents who need it, because I do entrepreneurship at scale, at large, right?
Mhm.
I can do
Right.
real estate because I know how to do all the other things, but you really want somebody that's going to drill down in, right?
Yeah.
And
And that's one of the things I wanted to ask you. One of my questions on my list is, do you have an affiliate program? I don't want to
oh
step on toes. That's one
yeah,
reason
no
I
facts,
came
no
out of
no facts.
respect
This
too.
this is exactly what I wanted somebody to do. I wanted somebody to say,
Mhm.
yo, put me in the game, coach. That's what I want somebody to say,
Well,
right?
okay. So let me throw this in, so we can have a real conversation. Just take it up a level, right?
Yeah,
Emmerich isn't really down with the technology. I asked him
I
the
know
other
this.
day.
I
I
do
was
know
like,
I know
why?
this.
And he's like, but it brings engagement for people to come in. It's so out. I mean, I don't want to say it's so outdated, but I just said it.
Yeah,
Right,
they
right.
got to change.
Mhm.
They got to shift, right? They got to shift. When I came over, I told them, I said, y'all got to change. I said, if y'all don't change, y'all going out. And I
Yeah,
said,
I talked to Cindy.
yeah, I know
Yeah,
Cindy Wilson. I remember before she was even a real estate agent.
mhm.
She's
I
just
talked to her
like
about it.
us.
Yeah, exactly. I talked to her about it, and she wasn't feeling it. She said, "We get ready to bring somebody in. We're doing this. We're doing that." She couldn't even hear me. We
Yeah,
got some,
yeah,
we
no, I
fell
know.
out.
I feel you. I actually know exactly what you mean. I'm
Mhm.
with you 1,000%.
Mhm.
Um, and I think a couple things there. One, getting to the point where I think that generation is really seeing is believing, right? But if they don't want to find themselves working for a 19-year-old, right,
You know.
you might digest, right? Because
Mhm.
that's really the kicker. Where it's like, okay, how you gonna feel when you're 60 working for somebody 19?
Yep.
If you
That,
don't want to know
that,
what that feels like, then you gotta make your
mhm.
moves now, right?
Yep.
And so,
Because they're coming and they're not playing. Look, let me tell you this side. Let me do a commercial. I went to this church up by BWI. Long story, right? And it's out of my, it's not my typical thing, right? Don't get me wrong. Man, they had a whole business park building with a sound stage, studio, cameras, lights, camera, action, smoke machines, and they was jamming like it was the Fugees or the Roots or something with praise music. I didn't know, and they were all millennials or Gen Xers in there.
yeah, and they get down, right?
Yeah,
If you don't want to be 60 working for somebody 19, you gotta adjust. You gotta adapt,
because they're
right?
taking over, man. They're doing it different, and they're not waiting for us. They ain't got no respect for the old school. No, maybe they have some respect, but they're not waiting for the old school to show them the way. They're doing their own thing.
Yeah, because they are completely, they know what's coming. So a couple of things I
Mhm.
think should happen, right? And I'm glad that you reached out to me because I'm gonna put you down with a couple of things. One,
Please, I appreciate it.
I do think you should
Listening
build a
and
brand
I'm ready.
around it, right?
Mhm.
And I think just I always think with branding, keep things simple, right? Right? It's really just you're building a brand around really AI and automation for real estate, right? It's new tech real estate, new age real estate. That's really what it boils down to, right? And all of them know they got to make this shift, but none of them really know how to make it, right? And that's really where the coaching comes in at, right? Coaching in that space, you looking at group coaching, about $497 a month per person, one-on-one coaching, maybe
$97 per a month.
yeah, come on. Yeah,
Okay, no,
easily.
I'm
So
here. I'm listening.
you
Okay.
can coach right at one same time. If I'm doing one-on-one, I'm probably personally, I charge $3,000 a month to coach somebody. Like one-on-one, $3,000 a month, period, point blank. But
Okay.
I would say starting out with your level of expertise, you're still easily $1,500 a month, probably two 30-minute sessions a month. You know what I mean?
Oh,
With
shit.
really fifteen
Man,
hundred dollars
I
an
was
hour.
going to
That's
sell
not
some stuff for $29.99, man. So nah,
$29
you've all,
an hour. 29,000, 2,900.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, right? But Keller Williams agents Keller Williams, they charge $1,000 a month for coaching, 500 for group coaching, and all they do is tell you to call everybody in your sphere and blow a whistle like they're the drill sergeant.
Yeah, that's what I said. You get them around about 1,500, you're gonna keep them long term, right? $3,000, you're gonna get the people that's really serious. You get my point?
Yep.
So you somewhere on that one-on-one scale between 1,500 and $3,000. The key to the whole doggone thing is don't just give them coaching. Give them coaching, but also give them the system so that you're coaching them to utilize the systems that you are putting in their that you are giving them to basically grow their business, right? So
Okay.
ordinarily what people have is like, oh, well, you got to go buy this system, this system, this system, and this system. Then when you got all your systems, then you're gonna need some coaching to know how to use the system. And so they're usually like, which one do I pay for? Do I pay for the coaching or do I pay for the system? The sweet spot is your coaching and your system is all right here. It's just you one stop. You get my point?
So
So
what are the when you say systems? What do you like? I'm not following you on that.
yeah, so like they got systems like Command that
Hmm.
are similar, like System.io, right? Let me use them as an example. You might
Okay.
use System.io, they got a white label program, right? And you might just say, okay, I'm gonna give you this system. So white label means that you pay like one fee and you have all these people under you. So you may pay System.io $297 a month. They may say for $297 a month, you can have as many people as you want, and every person that you have, we're gonna charge you $100, but you can charge whatever you want to charge. Does it make sense?
Hmm. Okay.
Right. So they might
Hmm.
say, but they still all under you. You get it?
Yep.
Now, when you're coaching them, you coach them and you say, I'm giving you the system so you don't have to spend money on the system.
So, but that's
And in
not a
my
community.
system,
It's a separate system that's already put
right,
together.
right, custom, but customized to the way you want it to work for your people.
Okay.
You get it? Because
I hear you.
command, like it, leave it or love it, is already outdated. So,
Hmm.
it, so you need some of these newer age systems anyway. But within these systems, you can integrate AI. So you can integrate your own AI. I'll show you how to do it. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'm put you on.
Okay.
Right.
Hey, so so I had decided
But
to
I think you
move
can
on.
get any age. I don't think it's just Keller Williams. I think it's
Yeah, I was
any
gonna say
age.
because Keller Williams ain't gonna support somebody doing something outside of Keller Williams.
I have found that Keller Williams, I love Keller Williams because, I don't know if I ever told you how I really came to be associated with Keller Williams.
Okay, come on.
I've been in real estate for so long, right? I had a company called Haven Realty Centers, and I sold it before the bust to Coldwell Banker because I originally came out of Coldwell Banker with Ed Jeffries and Rachel Jeffries, and Rachel Jeffries
Okay.
ran the
Hmm.
Lanham office, right? And what's your broker's name now? What's her name? I can't think of her name.
Pat Long.
Pat. I came in probably 25 years ago when Pat ran the Keller Williams in Fort Washington.
Okay.
And I came into that office to sign up for my real estate classes.
Hmm.
I ended up taking my real estate classes with Ed Jeffries.
Yep. He's
And
still
then
teaching.
and then I signed up with his wife's Coldwell Banker in Lanham. So that's how that triangle started.
Hmm.
And then when I sold my Haven Realty Centers to Coldwell Banker, what I did was after I sold it, all the agents that was under me, I sent them to be under Emmer.
I hear you.
That's why I keep getting called to Keller Williams, because a lot of their probably first 100 or so agents probably came from me. I mean, like they were like 20 agents, and boom, everything just exploded. You get it? All
Yep.
right. So, like, here's now where Keller Williams has got to go, right? Command is already outdated. It just is, right? And it's harder for them to make changes because they got to make changes for people in mass.
Yep.
So it's going to be harder for them to do it, right? So you kind
And
of
they don't
have a,
want it, they don't want any bolt-on parts to command. They want to own it all.
yeah, right. I understand that. The problem, but I'll tell you this: the problem with a lot of Keller Williams agents is they are very give me, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me, and they don't spend enough time investing in their business. That is not going to work because the market's going to change. They don't, you know what I mean? It's too. Sometimes it's like putting a lion in the zoo. They might forget how to hunt.
Mhm.
The zoo is a nice place to be because you're gonna get taken care of. They're gonna feed you steak. But you're gonna eat when they tell you to eat,
Yep.
right? I'm not really that type of person. I want to eat when I want to eat. I want a vacation when I want a vacation. You know
I
that type
heard
of thing.
that. Right.
So to that end, um, as you start to broaden your base to invest in more, invest in more stuff, there are one making sure that you are using, um, some different newer age systems. Make sure that those systems. Let me teach you some things about how to integrate. Like perfect example. Like let me use as an example. You need to have your own webinar system for agents, but you can buy white right? But you want to know what's so funny?
What's
You can
up?
do that, right? Like, for example, COVID changed everything because it changed how we wanted to work and how we wanted to interact with stuff. It changed how we
Yep.
wanted to grocery shop, how we wanted to work, how it changed so many things.
And
So,
so quickly. It
yeah,
sped it up 10 years.
yeah. So even these days, when I hear people talking about I'm having a home buy seminar, unless you're having a home buying seminar every day, it's a waste of your time. But you're like, how can I have
Mm-hmm.
one every day? You can if you know how to automate it and you know how to use AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in with see, we had the option before COVID to be online, be offline, be in person. Once
Mm-hmm.
COVID happened, we all had to be online. Now we're more online than we are offline, right?
Right.
So what now has to happen in that space, because we're now more online than we are offline, everything has to shift in that way. So now, even if I'm an agent, I'm doing webinars 5 times a day, but I'm not going to be live. But the person who's watching gonna think I'm live. I'm gonna be automated.
Okay.
I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
AI, right? So they're gonna be like, "Yo, I got how to buy a house seminar, how to rent your house out seminar, how to invest in homes seminar, how to do this." But most agents won't spend the time to build out their automated webinars because here's the principle about speed to lead. When is the best time to talk to people about their problems? The best time to talk to people about their problems is the moment that they start talking to you about them. The moment somebody say, I'm thinking about buying a home, that's exactly the time you should be talking to them about buying a home. Not schedule an appointment, come to my seminar 3 weeks from now, wait for me to meet with you 5 days from now. I gotta be
Mm-hmm.
on you right now. And the
Right.
thing about it is, interesting enough, them companies that sell leads, by the way, you could, first of all, if they had spent a couple of nickels on running ads, they would never have to buy leads. They would never even have to be getting referrals and sharing 30%. They wouldn't have to do all that foolishness because
Right.
basically them companies, when they sell a lead, they know one thing. By the way, I built some of these systems that these companies use to sell y'all leads. I've been doing this for freaking 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
The way those companies work is they know that it's typically the first person that gets to you. So to make sure that somebody gets to that person right away, they'll take that lead and sell it to 10 people, 20 people, just to make sure that one of y'all get on top of that person right away.
Right.
Well, if you had your own leads and you're not splitting them, all you need to do is have a system that makes sure that you get on them right away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're on a call with another client, you can't get on them right away, which is why you need AI to get on them right away. You get my point?
Understood. Yep, I
Right.
do.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start helping you build out some systems, and we'll have. Matter of fact, put your phone number in the text. I'm gonna call you today. Right. I think
Mm.
a good start for you. Yes, build a brand for damn sure around really new age tech for real estate agents. Right.
Okay. So let me back up and tell you where I am. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. I no point in
Yeah.
us playing. I see where you are and where you're going, and I
Yeah.
know I know that you're on the right page and you're heading on the right place, right? You
Yeah.
head to the right place. I know this, right? It's not a question. That I got tired back to that COVID thing of seeing bad real estate social media. And I was like, y'all need some coaching on just how to make a damn social media post with your phone. Let's start there.
Yeah, but what if you did something even more? What if you said, forget
No,
learning how to
I'm
do
saying
it?
start there,
No,
right?
no, no, no. But what if you scrapped all that? What if you said, forget all that? What if
Mhm.
you say, I know how to make a good social media post that works in this space, and I built the system that's going to do it for you. See,
All
you can
right.
do that. See, what I'm trying to tell you is like take that big brain of yours and put it into an AI that's running your system. Because technically, that knowledge that you have, that's really your intellectual property. That thing is worth more money than you realize. Like, because even if they learn it, you got half people that's gonna learn it and never do it.
Oh
You got
man,
some
I
people that's
teach
gonna
a
pay for
class.
it.
Look, I teach a class. They come the next week and they'd be on the same screen when they open their computer back.
Exactly. Because nobody actually really wants to learn how to change the oil on their car. They
Mhm.
all want to take it to the place that changes the oil on your car for
Yeah, but they
$29
can't.
and you be
They
out.
can't afford it because they not in the game enough to be making the money.
But you could, like I'm gonna teach you how to build out an AI agent. The first time I teach you how to build an AI agent out, the first time I teach you how to build out just one,
Mm.
it's gonna open your mind up to saying, wait a minute, I already know, I already have thought through what needs to happen because I've been teaching this for years.
Mhm.
Now, instead of them forget learning it, pay me and it's just gonna get done. Even if it's like, all right, listen, y'all gotta pay $200 a month for this system. And it
Mhm.
just write all your social media posts for you, do everything for you. You doing that? Like, hold on, I'm gonna show you one thing that I gotta hop out of here, right? I got
All
another
right.
appointment I'm gonna show you, but I'm gonna show you like real time,
Okay.
right? I'm gonna make it real for you, okay?
Come on.
And all this is just remember, AI is designed to think like you, automation is designed to work like you. So when you put them both together, you get something that can do the thinking and another thing that can do the working, right?
Mhm.
And when you get both together, that's when you got something good, right? So I'm gonna use as an example. I'm gonna show you. I built the system. I sell the system right now at $5 grand. I don't flinch. It's $5 grand a year, and if
Oh, I know
you
French. Okay.
right, and if you know they don't pay $5 grand a year, they pay $7.97 a month, right? I know they're not gonna listen. I mean, I know they're gonna learn and not do, or they're gonna do and and just be half cocked and never learn, right? Because they don't really want to learn. So okay, no worries. So then this is what I did. Let me see here. Was it social media in a box? One second, I'm gonna show it right to
Are
you.
you still selling real estate?
You no more. I didn't worth my. I didn't worth. I know it's a crazy thing to say. It's not even worth my time anymore. And
I
I
I
tell
I,
everybody, I said,
I hear
I
you.
tell
No,
people all the
that's
time, I
why
said,
I
you
asked.
lucky I ain't back in real estate because I would
Mhm.
kill y'all. I said I would kill y'all. I said your whole company would be done for in about a year because I would just
It,
basically
it,
create a bunch of lazy. I just create a bunch of lazy agents.
look, I know what you're saying is real. That's what I realized. I did
You see
enough
this?
AI just to go. What's that? What
Okay.
program? Is that Notion or
It,
something?
it, just regular old make, just code it, especially code
Uh,
online, but I put my brain into the
okay.
system. And
Mhm.
what it does is it writes all their Facebook ads, all their Facebook posts, all their Twitter posts, all their Pinterest posts, all their LinkedIn posts. It write their podcasts, it write their blog
Oh
posts,
shit.
it write their email, it write their text messages, right? And it
Hmm.
literally schedules it for them. So they talking every day. They ain't got to think about it. Nobody actually wants to learn how to change the oil on their car unless they love cars.
I can
Right?
follow half
I'm
of
like,
that. I'm with you.
look,
I
all
can
I gotta
follow
do
the
is
flow.
prove to you that I know what I'm talking about, and then say,
You
look,
do. I see it.
yeah, if I can prove to you that I'm saying this is you. If you can prove to them that you know what you're talking about, and you saying, look,
Mhm.
you got two options. Option number one is do it yourself. Take whatever I learned and go do it yourself. Option number two is I'm gonna do it with you. You can come to my group coaching and we can walk through this together. Option number three is I need my time. I just want it done for me. Right? Done for me. This is what done for me looks like. All they do is once a month, they answer about 5 questions. And after that, it do the work. So then it's posting every day for them. It's creating podcasts and Facebook, Instagram, TikTok videos. What I'm saying is you are thinking correctly, but you're only teaching as a demonstration of the type of knowledge that goes into the system that you built for them. See, I used to teach so they could do. Now I teach so they understand the knowledge that's running the systems that are doing the work for them. Because if
I
if
heard
you
that.
wait for them to do it,
That's what
they
that's what I said. I ain't want to step on no toes and start coming across the line into other people's lane.
step on your toes, brother. Right? Because there's not that many people in the space.
Uh,
Especially they look like me. I just tell you, it's not that many. Right? Especially if you already have a way, a domain of knowledge. You say, hey, like perfect example, when they got sweat hogs. I'm like, why the hell would you teach somebody sweat hogs? I would say, listen, this is the system. I'm gonna teach AI to do the calls. Nobody wants to make them phone calls, right?
no, I hate it.
Nobody wants to cold calls, right?
Mhm.
But why not just create a system to do the calls for you? So guess what I did? I created a AI AI sweat hogs. Like it's sweat hogs, right? But the only difference is you ain't got to make the phone calls. I ain't got to make the phone calls. Nope. But somebody gonna make the phone calls. They're gonna sound just like you, and they're gonna walk people down. You get it?
I do.
Build systems. It's not even though this looks uber complicated. It's more think it
I
out
can
than
follow
anything.
that. I did construction engineering. I could follow
Oh,
that. My knowledge is older, but I could follow it. I keep up.
if you can think it out, it's just a matter
Yep.
of just organizational structure. So
Yep.
and every time you build a little system, all right, let me find one problem. I'm gonna build a system out to solve that problem. Now, when I teach y'all, you can go out and do it yourself. But if you're smart, you buy my system where I already thought it out. So every week when I get on, I'm gonna teach y'all how to do it yourself. But if you're smart, you will basically buy what I built, and it's already done for you. So it's just a matter of which type of person. Now you always know who's like really in business. People who value their time, like I'm buying the system, is done for me. People who do not value their time, I spent 3 years trying to do it myself and never do it at all. You get my point? So when you every week you're just demonstrating the knowledge that went into the system you built, so that they don't have to do it themselves. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to build. I'm not trying to figure out how to build my own Wi-Fi router when I could just
Right.
go to Best Buy and buy one. Right?
Absolutely. Mhm.
Versus spending 3 years trying to learn how to. Oh, look at this! Y'all built my own router. Yeah, but it
Right.
cost you 3 years of your time to do it.
Mhm.
Right? So in that way, I'm gonna, like I said before, because you're an engineer, make.com is gonna be good for you because it's gonna let you
Who.com?
automate make.
Well, I didn't hear what you said. Who.com?
Make.com.
Think?
Make.com. Make. M-A-K-E.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's just a matter of just
That was in the 80s though, man. I'm not that current
now.
on the new tool. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, so here's the thing you need to know. Matter of fact, this the last thing I gotta tell you because I'm definitively late. But make sure you text me your phone number when you get off here. Listen, back in the days when we had to learn how to do computer coding and all that kind of good stuff, we had to learn
Yep.
like Java,
Mhm.
Pascal, Machine and Assembly
Mhm.
language, Fortran.
HTML, right? Yeah,
Yeah, we
all of
learned
it.
all of that kind of code. And that was
Mhm.
cool. Then they started creating no-code solutions. That was Zapier and Pabbly and Make.com and Integramat. And you didn't need to know how to do the coding, but you went from needing to know how to code to now needing to know how to work this complicated system like Zapier.
Yes.
So you didn't need to know how to code because the system would do the code for you, but you still needed to know how to work the system. And even the system had its own level of complication. It was a little bit easier than knowing the code, but not much. But now with AI, we are now in the era of basically thought-based coding or communication-based coding. You don't got to know how to do the coding. You ain't got to know how to do the system. All you got to be able to do is communicate in an organized fashion, and the AI will figure out the code, the structure. So everybody that's like you, engineers, right? See, I'm a computer engineer. You're a building engineer. Engineers have to think they want to, here's the problem, and here's how we're going to solve it in a systematic way. So the fact
Okay.
that you're an engineering style thinker makes you perfect in the age of AI because it's
Right.
just the organizational structure that we're going to use to solve a problem. So an engineer breaks things down into small pieces, and then when you put it together, you get an overall result. That's engineers by definition, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, so what you know how to do just inherently already makes you 10 years ahead of most people coming into AI because you already have developed a thought pattern. It's just an
Right. Like
organizational
I
structure.
figured out I cooked pork for this sick dog I got, right? Pork shoulder. I figured out how much it was per serving and realized that it was cheaper than the kibble, you know. So I solve a
So,
problem. I figure it out. Right.
yeah. So that's why you're
Mhm.
going to do well in this thought-based coding era, because now it's just being able to think it out and communicate it to the AI. Be like, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. This is why we're going to do it. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. This is why we're going to do it that way. Boom, 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 boom. Then the AI is
So
creating the code and the structure, and now you're doing what an engineer would normally do. Let me pressure test.
but you've already created a lot of it. How do I jump
I'm
on
gonna
where
tap you
you
into it with a lot of. When I call you back later, I'm gonna tap you into a lot of the white label stuff, so you can just white label and things like that. But I'm gonna also show you how to build your own, because every time every time somebody got a problem in there, I just want you to sit down and be like, all right, let me just think about how I want to solve it. All right, I got it. Let me do this. Right? Like even that way that you just figured out, you know, hey, I figured out what it was costing me to feed my dog, and I realized that it was cheaper and healthier, right?
Yep.
To do it this way. And I basically created a system to help you analyze what you feed your dog. Even that, you sleep
Mhm.
on it, but that probably is easily probably a little two to $3,000 a month just extra in your bank account kind of solution. Because you'd be surprised how many
That's
people.
why I mentioned it. It's like, and I know that thinking, that critical thinking, analytical thinking is valuable. But I need to apply it on a larger level, you know,
Yes, a
that
scalable level. Because
scalable level. You know?
people pay you for two things in this space, in the coach space. People pay you for number one, they pay you for the right to be lazy. That's what they pay you for. So when I go get my
Okay.
oil change, I'm paying them for the right to be lazy. When I go order some food at the restaurant, I'm paying them for the right to be lazy because I don't feel like cooking.
Yeah.
Right? So
Even if you
people
could
pay you
cook or
for.
change your own oil, you still don't want to get dirty, right? Climb up under the car, go buy it. Yeah.
I'm paying
Take
you
the
for the right to be
$100.
lazy. Right? And the second thing that people pay you for is they pay you to do the thinking. Right? That's what by definition what a consultant is. I don't want to rack my brain thinking about it, so I'm gonna pay somebody else to do the thinking. I'm gonna get the benefit. I'm gonna pay them to do the thinking, right? So when I hire a
Yep.
coach and I hire a consultant, it's when you hire a coach, what you're hiring is a brain trust, right? A brain trust to think about things that make you look good when you got to make the decision. The president gonna hire a bunch of people on his cabinet to do his thinking, right?
Right.
And basically, he's gonna take the credit for the decision that he's gonna make. That's gonna really be based upon their thinking, right? So if I can't make money off of what you think, then I hired the wrong consultant or I hired the wrong coach. Because by definition, if you have the right consultant or the right coach, you should be making money off of what they think. Because now
And,
you can make
and
better
and I know
decisions
enough.
off.
I know enough to know that I see the value in coaching. I just
Hell
tapped
yeah.
out. I'm all in for real. But
No,
I'm
but you can
ready.
resell. Look, I'll put you on
Mhm.
the, I'll put you in. I'll put you in the game. So I'll call you back probably around about 4 or 5 o'clock today and we'll get it in.
All right, I'll be available. I'll make it happen, man. You say
Hey,
when I'm
let me
there.
give you, hold on, let me put my cell phone number in the chat right now.
Okay. Oh, okay. I just text you with that other number. Okay. Hold
Okay,
up.
got you. I'm about,
That's okay. Go ahead.
just
Go
so
ahead.
you
Do your
have,
thing.
say it in
Mm.
the chat.
240. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold up. Let me get that one. Okay. Copy. All right. Paste. Oh man, what are you doing? Just type 240-731.
But like that setup that you got, that's
Mhm.
$1 million setup right there. All you
Hey,
gotta do is
man,
like,
thank
I'm
you.
on.
And I got green screen. And I can do it. I could teach that. I was teaching somebody the other day. I'm trying some things out to see what I could actually monetize, right? And that is not hard, right? It's just not hard. I got it. And
Even that,
I'm
like
ready.
teaching them how to like be on the camera, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would probably create a new brand, probably call it Seven Figure Agent or something like that, right? And it's all the tools you need to really level your business up to really start to generate a 6 and 7 figure business,
Mhm.
in real estate, right? And like, hey, here's all the tools that you need, things that you need to learn, and you learn it inside my academy, right? 7 Figure Agent Academy. There you go. Oh, what you want? Oh, I run a company called 7 Figure Agent Academy. Nobody's ever got to ask you what you do because it's like, okay, well, it's an academy. So obviously that's a school. It's a school for who? Agents. And what's the intent? Get them to make 7 figure agents, be 7 figure agents, make some money. So now what's the name of my brand? The name of my brand is 7 Figure Agent Academy. Real simple, right? Oh, I got a new brand. It's called 7 Figure Agent Academy. Oh, what school you go to? I go to 7 Figure Agent Academy. Oh, where you learn that from? 7 Figure Agent Academy. Oh, they taught me how to get the mic. They taught me how to do the drones. They taught me how to do the AI, right? Oh yeah, how much you pay for that? Oh, well, it's only $497 a month. But if you want one-on-one coaching, it's like $1,500 a month, right? And you just make it real. You make it stupid simple. 7 Figure Agent Academy, because the worst thing you could ever do in business is complicate the sale, right? And let's just look it up. Let's just see if it's available. Because you might have just walked into a brand,
I just didn't want to do it while we were on the phone. I'm with you, right?
right?
See, okay, so I've been riding under my old company name of Constructive Images, right? Boom, right here. And
Yeah, now the problem with the constructed images is it's not clear what you do. You know what I'm saying?
exactly, right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
That's
there you
that's
go. 7 Figure
mhm,
Agent Academy.com. It's available.
mhm,
And
mhm,
now you got a brand. And nobody
mhm,
ever has to ask what you do. Just like, look, hey, we make 7 Figure Agents. It's like, oh, what you need? Do you have your 7 Figure system in place? No. Okay. Well, what do I need for my 7 Figure system? Here's the items that you need for your 7 Figure systems, right? Oh,
mhm,
who's your 7 Figure coach? Oh, I got a 7 figure. I go to 7 Figure Academy. They assign me a 7 Figure coach. They help me put in place my 7 Figure system. You get it? All of it ties
mhm.
together. Like, oh, so you're gonna be working with
And
Leanne.
it's it's millions of agents. It's millions of agents across the country, not to mention around the world,
Like,
that
oh,
want to be.
your agent, right? Or your coach. Who's your 7 Figure coach, right? Oh, my 7 Figure coach is I work with Coach Jeff. That's my 7 Figure coach. Coach Jeff gonna help you put in place your 7 Figure system. Oh, yeah. And to make sure that you're using the latest strategies, you got to attend the 7 Figure Agent Academy, right? Where I got recordings and all kind of other stuff going on. And just like that, I got a
Mhm.
brand. My brand is real simple. I run a brand called 7 Figure Agent Academy. The reason we
Right?
make it extra
That's
dumb
20. That's
and
a
extra
$20
simple.
change right there. That's nothing.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
it's extra simple and it's extra dumb. You come into the 7 Figure Agent Academy. We help you put in place your 7 Figure systems. And if you go to the next level, we assign you to your 7 Figure coach. They're like, all right, I like that. I got
Hmm.
my 7 Figure systems, I got my 7 Figure coach, I got my 7 Figure Academy, I'm good. Right? They're gonna pay for that. But also it keeps them focused. They know why they're there. They're like, I'm there because I'm trying to get this particular result. Right? And then you can split it off. You're like, hey, what are you trying to do your 7 figures at? You trying to do it in construction? Because I know construction. You trying to do it in fix and flip? You trying to do investment? I know that. You trying to do it in listing? Hey, I know that. You trying to do it as a buyer agent? I know that. So I even got different spaces that you can go into so that we're optimizing you. And all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? You the new Brian Buffini. You like, yo. But the only thing is, Brian Buffini is a name. So if you don't know his name, it's kind of like, well, who the hell is Brian Buffini? Well, you're like,
Yeah, I'm with
forget the
that. Right.
name.
Like I wouldn't call my company Todd anything, right?
Yeah.
Because nobody,
You're like, no,
you
I
gotta
run
follow me.
7 Figure Agent Academy. As soon as you get up there, hey, my name is
You know,
Todd.
another thing,
Seven
you
Figure
can't have
Agent
somebody
Academy.
else show up. You got to be you all the time if it's your name.
Yeah. Everybody's antennas go up. They're like, this dude from 7 Figure
Hmm.
Agent Academy. Let me listen to
Yep.
what that dude's talking about. Right?
Hmm.
Because that's the nature of building brands that work, right? It's always in the name, right? So I would be owning 7figureagentacademy.com. And then from there, I would start considering like, hey, the first thing you do is you can't be a seven-figure agent without seven-figure systems. So if you're gonna try to be a seven-figure agent based upon how high your heels are, or how charismatic you are, or
What color
what
your
your
shoe?
photo shoot look like, that ain't gonna
Mhm.
work. Seven-figure agents, you can just try and say, hey, show me one seven-figure agent that ain't got seven-figure systems. If you show me that, I'll go out of business. I'll let you teach the class. But if you show me a seven-figure agent, I'm gonna show you a person with seven-figure systems, right? And so they be like, oh yeah, every seven-figure agent, this girl, this chick, she got seven-figure systems in place. And so first we got to
Mhm.
make sure you got the checklist of seven-figure systems, that you B, know how to use them, and three, have the right strategies to deploy them. Oh, okay. Because some of y'all got them, but you ain't got you ain't got the strategies to really to really deploy it. So you deployed it, but it's bad. So you guys got a system that just don't work, right?
Right.
It's like having
That's
an
what
expensive
okay.
car
Hey,
that you
yeah,
don't take from me.
you were on the money because that's what I've been looking at. I've been looking at Circle and School and all the places
You don't
that you
need
can
that.
host it,
You got you
Heartbeat,
go to
all that.
look. You go to convertinflow.com. I'm putting the chat for you, right? They got everything you need in one place. The whole school community, the memberships. I put the chat for you.
All
All you
right.
need is the
Okay.
little base. All you need is the little base 149 a month version. You only need to just get the base level, learn how to use it. Right? I'll show you how to use it. Just get it. Right? Just go on and get it. Just get it. I put it right in the chat for you. Right?
I'm
I'm
getting it right now. Hold up.
right. And I'll show you some
Okay.
other things related to it.
School.com.
But
Okay.
you can't have a seven-figure agent without a seven-figure system, right? And then you ask the next question. All right, show me a seven-figure agent that got there by himself. And you want to know what? You'll never find that. So seven-figure
Mhm.
agents got seven-figure coaches, right? So
Yep.
at the seven-figure agent, we have a learning environment where you learn what you need to do, but you learn what you need to do inside of the systems that you have, right? And then we assign you also this seven-figure coach, right? So that you have the right strategy. Because the thing that they won't tell you, you don't get the seven figures by yourself. They show me every person who made seven figures. It's so funny is that the biggest lie they ever told you is this thing called a self-made millionaire. Only
Yeah.
don't
Right.
exist. Totally
Mhm.
don't exist.
That's
You
what
can't be a
the $1 million real estate agent. They talk about success leaves clues and all that. They preach follow the
yeah,
systems. That's Keller Williams' whole model.
but you just you just running this whole new agency, right? Where you like, yo, we got we got it organized because you already engineered. So you know how to organize everything they're doing, like things that they
All right.
hadn't even thought about yet. You
Okay,
get
let
it?
me ask you one more question. One more before you. I know you gotta go. Okay, so I ain't made seven figures in real estate. What about credibility?
Well, you're not talking, keep in mind, all right, so I get that question a lot, right?
Mhm.
Who was the coach of the Miami Heat?
Okay, I don't know, right? Okay,
Right? Eric Spoelstra.
okay, yeah,
You know he
yeah,
never played basketball, right?
yeah. Okay, that's right. I know you. I'm okay.
Right.
hmm
There's a whole lot of coaches that never played basketball,
hmm
right? And so to this end, you have studied you are a researcher. And I've made
hmm
it my business to research the habits of seven-figure agents. I've made it my business. I don't have to be the person to research the person, right? And so our agency, we research best practices. Literally, we research so you don't have to. You get it?
hmm
You know how
Yep.
many coaches coach football and basketball who actually never really played the game?
Right. Maybe college
What
at best. hmm
Bill Belichick was coaching people on. He went into he went into the New England Patriots and told them that I know how to get you to a Super Bowl, and had never actually coached any team to the Super Bowl.
I didn't
It was
know that
like,
story. What's
I
up?
know how to get you to the Super Bowl. That's what he told to do. He said, I
hmm
know how to get you to the Super Bowl.
hmm And he
He
wasn't
worked
lying.
for some people that won some Super Bowls, but he had
hmm
never actually won a Super Bowl. You get
hmm
my point?
I do. Yep. No, that's a good answer. I'm not insecure. I don't have what's it called, imposter syndrome or anything. I just wanted to
Yeah.
know how you sell that. What's the
Yeah, but you
answer?
but you let them know. It's like, listen, You know what I mean? Here's our specialty. Our specialty is we research the best practices. We study agents who have done it. You just say we study agents who have done it, right? And
Mhm.
information is always changing. How somebody made 7 figures 10 years ago, right?
Right.
May be different in how you got to make 7 figures today, right? So the
Mhm.
reason why we don't believe in personality based real estate is because
Mhm.
what you did 10 years ago probably ain't gonna work today. So we're
Yep.
always
I'm
researching
looking at this
the
right now.
latest, we're always researching the latest 7 figure practices, right? Because
Right.
even if I made $1 million 10 years ago, right?
Hmm.
How you make $1 million today is probably gonna be different.
Yeah, I just looked
So
I just looked at Gary Keller's The $1 Million Real Estate
yeah,
Agent. This is 2002, 2004,
right.
right? And,
So in
and
other words, you got you it, when you're dealing in business, you got to always be dealing with the latest. Let me use as an example. Let's just say that I wanted to go into the business of renting out movies. And the guy came to me and said, look, I did Blockbuster Video and I can show you how to do it. But
right.
do you want to go to the dude that's like, I'm Netflix? And this is how we do it today. You want to learn
Yep.
from Blockbuster? You want to learn from Netflix? I'm
Hmm.
going with Netflix. I'm not
Yep.
saying what Blockbuster don't know nothing,
Mhm.
but
Yep.
you got to go with the latest. And the reason why Blockbuster is out of business is because when Netflix came to them and said, yo, the world's getting ready to change. This is how you can make your millions and millions of dollars now. And they laughed them
Right.
out of the room. Two people that
Hmm.
Blockbuster laughed out the room. A company called Redbox and another
Box.
company
Yep.
called Netflix. And they
Hmm.
laughed
Yep.
both out of the room. And both of them ended up eating their lunch.
Yeah,
Right?
Redbox ate them up, and Netflix came and cleaned it all up.
Yeah. So to that end, what we have to understand is that when you're working with an agency that specializes in getting you to 7 figures, you have to be working with an agency that is always on top of what are the latest trends. So we call that, you ready for it? We call it 7 figure trends, right? And so every month we have a blog post that's free to all agents who want to join our mailing list, and it's called 7 figure trends. And why do we
Hmm.
release 7 figure trends? Is these are studies about what's working now. Ain't no need of us talking about what worked 10 years ago. Because the time to talk about what worked 10 years ago was 10 years ago. Right?
Right.
So we are worshiping people who did it a long time ago. But it ain't people who did it today. Right? So that's the reason why New England fired Bill Belichick. They was like, yeah, you got some under your belt, but it's been a long time since you did it. And the way that
Right.
you won a Super Bowl 10 years ago is different than the way you got to win a Super Bowl today.
Yep.
You get it?
Yeah,
So
I do.
now you created a
Commanders came and shook stuff up. That's the way to do it.
yeah,
You
you
know.
created a brand. So now you got 7 figure agency. You got 7 figure systems, right? Then you got 7 figure coaches, right? And now you got your blog and your podcast called 7 figure Trends.
That blog gets automated, right? AI does that, right?
But you just basically you can make that thing go out and look at the latest trends and just pull. Man, there's so much stuff you can do. Man, listen, your brand is 7 figure agency academy for sure, right?
All right. I'm
You
doing
want
it.
that?
As soon as I ain't gonna miss no jewels that you dropping, so I'm not gonna do it right now. As soon as we get
Hey, no
off,
worries. And I think this is recorded, so I'm gonna send you the recording anyway you cut it.
Appreciate you.
Right? All right, man. Listen, go on out there, be
Hey,
amazing. Have a great.
nah, man, I appreciate you not gatekeeping and sharing information freely. I feel you, man, and you're a rare dude, man. I appreciate you. All right, so let me know what we can
I'll call
do.
you
I ain't
today.
got to pay. I can't join Coach Ocean. I'm not gonna string you along, and you ain't got to try to sell me because I ain't got it. I'm all in.
It's all good.
I'm on credit.
Hey, information is free, man. You got it.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, but we can do this. I'm gonna ride with you, man. If you got some systems, you got some clients, something we could pick up. I could use it right now.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, no doubt. No doubt about it. For sure. We definitely got some space for you.
We'll talk. Go ahead, do your thing, man. But we'll talk.
Yeah, we
I'm
got
here.
some space for you. All right.
Okay.
Hit you up later.
All right. Okay, man. Appreciate you. All right.